Madam Chair, we are live.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Inuit Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Cynthia Stevens, and I will be chairing the panel this morning. The hearing this morning. And panel members from the Board of Revision joining me this morning are Lauren Weiss and Valerie Warhoon. From the Assessment Department, we have Arif Dost Mohammed, and our administrative personnel this morning is Caleb Wharton. To the Zoom participants of the hearing, please note you are placed in the waiting room until your property is called. When it is your turn, you will be admitted into the meeting. Kindly follow along on the City of Winnipeg's Board of Revision YouTube channel for the hearing process. Once the host admits you into the hearing, please close or mute your YouTube player. You will then be permitted to speak with respect to your property. Once your hearing has concluded, you can leave the meeting. We'll be hearing applications for a revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of property are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have. Then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private to make its decisions. You will receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 2 through 5, 7, 10, and 11 on our docket today. Ms. Wharton, please affirm the assessors and the applicant's testimony. And I'm just going to ask the question. The first item on our docket is 1500 Wall. That's item number 2. Do we have an applicant?
We do not currently have an applicant for that item.
We do not. Okay, so let's move that to the bottom of the agenda, and we will move on to number 3, which is 238 Princess Street. So if we could do the affirmations, please.
Absolutely. I'm just going to move the other 2 applicants back into the
Sure,
waiting room.
absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Assessor, please state your full name.
Arif Das Mohammed.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Perfect. Thank you. And Mr. Badger, may you please state your full name?
Jeff Badger.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Perfect. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Okay, so we are dealing with assessed value on this property. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, thank you. But I do see that there is a preliminary issue of non-cooperation that the assessor has requested. So we will deal with that in a minute, but let's first read it on the property number onto the roll, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. The Board of Revision file number 26-1336. Roll number is 13080145000. Address is 238 Princess Street. Roll year is 2027. Reference date is April 1st, 2025. Assessed value is $1,819,000. And yes, there is a non-co-op issue on this property.
Okay, before we proceed with the actual assessed value presentations, then Mr. Assessor, can you please explain your request for the non-co-op?
Yeah, if you turn to my page 2, you'll note that there's a chronic history of non-compliance. There's been no submission since 2014. If you go to my page 23, there's the income and expense mailer that was sent. It was sent to Composite Holdings Limited at 238 Princess Street, Winnipeg, Manitoba, R3B 1L8. The following page, sorry, on page 25 at the bottom, you'll note that their property tax notices have been going at the same address and they've been paying those. And then just on page 26, just some excerpts from the Manitoba Manitoba Municipal Assessment Act, just under section 64(1)(1), it states that item A there, it is presumed that it is presumed to be mailed on the date of the notice. So if we ask for a notice, it's presumed that the notice has been mailed on that date. And then according to section B there, it's deemed to be received on the 5th day after the day of the notice being mailed. So under that, we're asking for the non-compliance to be granted.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Badger, you'll have a minute to respond to that, but do you have any questions for Mr. Das Mohammed before you can respond to it? Do you have any questions on what he has presented?
No, I have no questions.
Okay, thank you. So would you like to respond to what he's indicated here?
No, I think we'll have to accept it because they had not filed any income or expense statements.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, the board will take a brief recess to discuss the request for non-cooperation, and we will return once we've made a decision.
Thank you.
I'm just going to put the applicant in the
Yes,
assessment.
thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we are live again.
Thank you very much. I'm going to call the meeting back to order. The board has considered the city's request for non-compliance, and we have agreed to grant the request. So, Mr. Badger, that means your presentation on the assessed value will go first. So please proceed when you're ready. I think you're muted, Mr. Badger. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Perfectly, yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so my name is Jeff Badger. I've been in the real estate business for the past 45 years and have quite a bit of experience in the downtown area. The appellant here is Composite Holdings. It's an old family company that has an extensive portfolio of real estate property. The main business of the entity, they were long-term merchant jobbers, where they bought out a lot of default restaurant equipment, distress sales and stuff like that. And so this particular building, this is sort of the home base that they operated out of. And it's basically, there's a collection of about 30,000 square feet of stuff there that's basically, it's junk. There's no market for it and it's been picked over. The building has not been open to the public now for the last couple of years. It's boarded up. There's been the building has never been updated, other than there's been some roof repairs. Going back about 15 years ago, they did replace some of the windows, upper windows. But since then, like there's the elevators aren't functioning. There's only one elevator. There's no passenger elevator. I just want to stress that it's a single tenant building. So it hasn't been subdivided into rentable spaces. The Composite Holding has gone through, I mentioned it's an estate. When the parents were operating, it basically left everything as the status quo. And so the two remaining the benefactors of the estate have been working on this thing for the last, and all their other properties for the last 4 or 5 years to deal with the properties and clean them up or prepare them, for sale. And one in Princess Street, to be able to ever try to sell it, you got a problem with all this distress merchandise and everything inside of the building that has to be cleaned out. Okay, so the building is a 7 stories. It's approximately I think about 70,000 square feet, of which part of that is in the basement. So there's about 34,000 square feet, I think it is, above grade. I mentioned it's never been upgraded. Um, it hasn't been subdivided. Over the course of the last 5, 6 years, there's been heavy incidences of vandalism, which the owners of the building and owners of the buildings around there are telling me a lot of it is because of the concentration of various social services that have been operating in the area for the unhoused, for alcoholic and drug treatment facilities. And most lately, just down the street, but a block away, the new safe drug injection site is up and running there. I personally, they gave me some footage of the security system on the outside of the building. Just in the last couple of months, someone's walking by, they just pick up rocks or stones or whatever and just throw them through the window and smash it. So they incur about half a dozen break-ins a year in the premises. So I had been in discussion with, and this is one of the last warehouses to be converted. In the downtown area here, most of them have been converted into housing. The building is suited for it, but the problem is the area is not as attractive as the East Exchange area or something further south of the subject area because of the various social services that are located around there. There's no income coming from the property. That's probably one reason there's no financial records on rent, because there's no one's renting the property. All they are doing is just incurring expenses while they wait to sort of finalize. We're finally moving forward, and we have engaged a real estate agent who's going to be putting the property up for sale. There has been offers in the last 4 or 5 months, but this is post reference here, about 1,400,000, 1,500,000. But they haven't been concluded. But I'm just mentioning, though, I have firsthand of that. There'll probably be counters and stuff like that, two of those, because they thought there was a little bit on the low side. I did have a discussion with a longtime business acquaintance. I know Andy K. Son Jason over on right behind this building here. He has the Andy K. auction house. He's in a similar situation where they don't need these big space anymore for storage and stuff like that. His property has been up for sale for the past 2.5 years, and he hasn't had any luck even getting anybody interested in of selling it. So based on my past experience in being involved in some of these conversions and that, I refer to it as a shell value. Well, the building I failed to mention, the building is on the historic registry, so you can't just knock the building down and use the property and rebuild. But I don't think there would be a market for it. But the building does have, I mentioned it would be attractive for a conversion, but conversions are very expensive. I've gone through them, almost the same price of new construction. I give it what I call a shell value. That would be the shell value of the area above grade. I mentioned the area above grade is 64,000 square feet. Based on my experience, the shell value would be about $25 a square foot. That would give you an assessed value I recommended assessed value of 1,600,000. That 1,600,000 would be 20% increase over the 26 assessment value of 1.3, which I think is more in line with what the average properties have gone up in value on the reassessment cycle. The current assessed value right now is 1,820,000, which is a 37% increase, which is way beyond the average. I did review the assessor's information and some of the background information on industrial buildings, and he I mean, you read the material, it all sounds nice and rosy, and I have been involved in some of the suburban warehouses. Winnipeg is growing. The industrial market has really been going, but there's been a shift away from these old downtown buildings, which aren't practical for commercial purposes. They're looking for the higher ceiling heights. They're looking for better loading docks. They're looking for for their big trucks to come in and out, a little bit more room. So the suburban market is strong, and there's lots of investment going in it. But the downtown sector, it's had its day in terms of being a warehouse district. So that's my concludes my brief.
Hey, I just want to, before we get to questions from the assessor, I just want to confirm. So you're providing us a square footage and a price per square foot on the rental and the amount of square feet. Was the rest of your workup to reach 1.6 million mirroring what the city's workup is, or?
No, the city is using an income approach. Maybe I'll just go back. I
Okay,
noticed
so you're just, okay, I see. Okay, so you're just using, the
straight
shell
shell
of the
value.
building and okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
I understood. I just wanted to confirm that that's which way you got to the value. Okay. All right. Mr. Das Mohammed, do you have any questions for Mr. Badger?
Yes, please. Just following up on that, Mr. Badger, you're aware that industrial properties in Winnipeg are assessed on an income approach?
This is not an industrial building. This building is empty. It's never been upgraded. It's not. You, you can't be rented out in this current shape and condition.
Have you inspected the building?
Yes,
When was the last time you inspected?
about 8 months ago.
Okay, so I was there in April 22nd of this year.
Yeah.
When I inspected, I believe it was Alan. He's one of the brothers.
Yes, yes.
So when he told me that the part of the seventh floor is rented, I believe it's a bank that puts promotional material there that they rent out warehouse space there.
It's that guy has since left. It's a marketing company, and he doesn't pay any rent, but he does have there's some leftover apparel that was never used is just sitting there.
Okay, so what I was told was they were paying, I believe it was $2,500 a month for the space they were renting.
Yeah.
And also there was some parking stalls at the back of the
There are some parking stalls in the back they rent, but again, the guy's not paying his rent.
okay, because
I
I
don't know
was
whether I don't um the building is it's locked up
okay.
outside, okay, and the elevator there's only an elevator to move stuff up and down. There's no passenger elevator.
Okay, so the owner or Alan told me that there was 10 parking spaces and it was $70 a month rent on those.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
Mr. Das Mohammed, can I ask you to, sort of reposition your camera so that, because when
Sorry.
when you're looking down, we're only seeing the top of your head. There, that's better. Thank you.
Is that
Thank
too
you.
much?
That's good.
Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, I think those are all my questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we will now proceed to questions from the panel for Mr. Badger. So Ms. Verhoen, do you have any questions?
We do not at this time, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Weiss, do you have any questions for Mr. Badger?
Yes, with the chair's permission. Mr. Badger, is the building has it been declared as a derelict property, or is it still being treated as an active property in terms of the city of Winnipeg?
It's been treated as an active property.
Thank you.
And I do not have any questions, so we'll proceed now to your presentation, Mr. Das Mohammed.
Okay, thank you very much. So yes, again, we have an assessed value of $1,819,000. On the first page, you'll note the parcel use is industrial warehouse. There's 2 buildings on site, 3 premises. Number of stories is 7. Actual year built ranges between 1902 and 1943, same with effective year. Wall heights range between 15 and 18 feet. Zoning is C character. There's land area of 20,823 square feet. Plan area is 11,356 square feet. There is a basement area of 9,145 square feet. Gross floor area and leasable area is 75,371 square feet. And land to plan area is 1.83 to 1. If you turn to my page 3, actually, before you do that, let me just take you through some of the photos here. If we turn to page 10 of my brief, if you can just let me know when you're there.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, this building is located in the northwest quadrant of the city. It's in the Exchange District. On page 11, there is the subject parcel boundaries. So if you look at the top of page 11, you'll note that it's a kind of a odd shape. So there's the rectangular building, and then behind it, there's some parking spots, and there's also another garage storage area behind there. And then bottom of page 11, that's just an overhead shot with the parcel boundaries. On page 12 is a better overhead shot of the entire parcel. Page 13 is just a satellite view of it. On page 15 is the street view of the subject property. At the bottom, you'll note the building on the right-hand side, the little garage type looking building, that's part of this roll number also. On page 17 at the top of there. So these are the photos from my inspection from April 22nd of this year. So you'll note again that in the middle section there, I've circled the red circle is the garage, the storage area that I was indicating. Also, again, the owner stated that 10 parking spaces are there, and he charges $70 a month on that. So just continuing on, at the bottom of page 17, that's the basement area. So it's quite cluttered. And then on page 18, that's the main floor. You'll note the owner has all kinds of stuff in that building. He's taken up, I think, 6 floors are just chock full of stuff. So he's got care and control of that whole building. I believe the space would be leasable if that stuff wasn't there. So again, page 18 is the main floor. There's some main floor offices. On page 19 is the second floor at the top there. The third floor in the middle there, again, it's just full of stuff. Page 19, or sorry, page 20 at the top, we have the 5th floor, the 6th floor, and the 17th or the 7th floor. And again, the 7th floor, the owner indicated that it was rented, part of it. I'm not sure if it still is, but on April 22nd, it was. And then I also was able to get on the roof, so there's some shots from the roof. On page 22, at the bottom is the building section summary. So there is a basement. There's 2 sections. So it looks like the first section was built in 1902, and then another section was built in 1943. I'm not sure where that second section was that was built. It's only 2,000 square feet, so I'm guessing that's the storage building in the back. So just going into, I'll just summarize some things from our external research that I had concluded. So on page 29, I looked at Collier's and Cushman's market studies for the reference period. And what I found was in regards to overall market conditions, just a summary, quick summary, the Winnipeg industrial market remained generally stable and fundamentally sound as of April 1st, 2025, both by Colliers and Cushman Wakefield reports. Demand and absorption remained present, although the market activity varied by source and submarket. Rental rates, including asking rates, industrial asking rates remain generally stable and modestly increasing. Supply and construction, new industrial supply remained limited in Q1 2025. And for cap rates, the external market reports indicate published Winnipeg industrial cap rates collectively extending from approximately 5.25 to 8%, depending on the source. Going back to my page 3. If you're there, if you can just let me know.
Okay, this is your rent comps. Yes, please proceed.
Yes. So there's my rent comparables. So all comparables are industrial loft warehouse properties. They're located in the subject's market region, the Exchange District. All leases are current in relation to the reference date. Effective years built ranges from 1911 to 1930. Average wall heights range from 11 to 13 feet. Leasable areas range from 8,800 square feet to approximately 33,500 square feet. And net rents range from $2.84 to $5.75 per square foot. On the following page is our workup. So we're utilizing an overall net rent of $3.51 per square foot. We've given it a 25% market, or sorry, it's not market, it's we've applied it to just that building, 25% market vacancy. There's 3% non-recoverable expenses. We're utilizing $4.25 for vacancy shortfall. This yields a NOI of $164,617. We're capitalizing at 9.05% in order to assess the risk on this building. That gives us a rounded assessed value of $1,819,000. Again, according to the external industrial reports included in the appendix, Winnipeg's industrial market has remained fundamentally sound. As at the reference date, it's supported by low vacancy, stable and modestly increasing rents. There's limited new supplies and continued demand for functional industrial space. The reported cap rates also in the appendix, they generally support our industrial cap rate findings. Therefore, for the reasons stated above, it is our opinion that the assessed value is fair and equitable, and I respectfully ask that the board confirm this value, and I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Badger, do you have any questions?
Yes, I have a couple. You restated twice now that in the market reports, the Colliers market report, that the industrial market is relatively stable and it's incurring modestly increasing rental rates, you said.
Mhm.
But yet, on the other hand, we have an assessment here that you've increased it by over 30%. Can you explain that?
We may have been
37%.
assessed at other years, so maybe we're just doing a catch up here.
But the second thing I was just going to ask you is, you said that current rental comparables, when someone's negotiating the rent, they're negotiating it on the date that they sign the lease? Or do they negotiate at the end of the period?
Sorry, these leases, I don't know the particulars of the leases. That's the lease in, these are the rents in place right now.
Well, it says the lease start date is, like I'm looking at the first one, November 13th, 2012.
Yeah, a
Like,
lot of these buildings in the exchange have longer leases. Yeah.
So the rents that you're over here, you're saying that these are all current rents over here on the right-hand side?
Yeah, they may have been step-up rents. So at the time they might have been lower. Now this is what they're at. And the reason we know this is because they've been submitting their income and expense mailers.
Okay. Those are my only questions.
Thank you. Mr. Weiss, do you have any questions for the assessor?
Yes, I do. Thank you. So my first question is, when you were through the building, uh, were you on the top floors?
Yes.
How did you get there?
We
Was the
went,
ele was the
yeah,
elevator working?
yeah, uh, it's the freight elevator.
And that was operative.
Yes.
And did you have any indication of the condition of the HVAC system in the building? Was it functioning and was the building air conditioned?
I think it's just boiler. It's not HVAC, or
Okay,
it's not forced air.
thank you.
Okay, Ms. Verhoen, do you have any questions?
I do, Mr. Assessor, the comparables that you've used, you
Yeah.
are assuming that they're in the same condition as the subject property?
Well, I have been in, I think my best comparable is 312 William, and I have been in that building.
Okay. Those are my only questions. Thank you,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Thank you. And I just wanted to confirm, you did adjust the vacancy rate. Is the rest of your workup model driven?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the vacancy is an override, yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. That was all my questions. So, Mr. Badger, do you have any need for a summation on this?
I guess based on the current condition, the owners have now made a decision. What's going on now? That the only value of the building is to sell it for its shell value. And that's the way, the signs probably will be up right now. They should have been up right now, but the signs are going up. And they're looking for trying to market the building based on the shell value, not the income approach, because the building condition.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Das Mohammed?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. That concludes item number 2. Thank you, Mr. Badger, for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much then. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we'll proceed to item number 4 on the docket, which is 163 Cordite Road.
We have the applicants in person today, Madam Chair.
Okay. So you can join us at the table.
Thank you.
Just your name statement.
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay, please swear in the applicants, please.
All right, Madam applicant, may you please state your full name?
Boardroom.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great, thank you. You may be seated. And Mr. Applicant, may you please state your full name?
Dennis Lindsay, Perfanic.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Perfect, thank you. You may be seated.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, welcome. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your last names, and so when I'm going to be referring to, I'd like to make sure that I get them right. Can you please say them for me again?
Perfanic.
B-E-R?
No, P is in Peter.
Yeah.
Perfanick.
Perfanic. Okay, and is that both your names?
Yes,
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you.
And thanks for joining us this morning. Okay, so we are 163 Cordite Road. And Mr. Das Mohammed, please proceed to read it on to the record when you're ready.
Okay, thank you very much. Board of Revision file number 26-236, roll number 040063420000. Address is 163 Cordite Road. Roll year is 2027, reference date is April 1st, 2025. Assessed value is $995,000. Parcel use code is industrial warehouse. Number of buildings is 1. There's 2 premises, 1 story. Actual year built and effective year built is 2009. Wall height is 17 foot. Zoning is M2 manufacturing general. Land area is 88,947 square feet. Plan area is 2,500 square feet. Gross floor area and leasable area is 3,487 square feet. Land to plan area is 35.58 to 1. If you go to my page 10, or sorry, my page 11. There's the map of the subject area. It's located in the northeast quadrant of the city. On page 12, there's the subject parcel boundaries. At the bottom is a overhead shot of the subject parcel boundaries. On page 15 is the subject exterior views. These are pictures I had taken. I had inspected the property, I believe it was back in 2019 or 2020. So again, on page 16, some interior views. Same with page 17. And top of page 18. At the bottom of page 18, just the building summary. Again, it's 3,487 square feet. The main area is 2,500 square feet, and there's 17-foot wall height there. On page 19 is the sales mailer from when the applicant first purchased the building. So it was an arm's length sale. There were not any other items that were purchased with the sale except for some desks, I believe. And then down at the bottom, question 15, the overall condition of the building. They stated it was in good condition at the time. So going back to my page 3, I have some comparables there. My rent comparables. So all comparables are industrial warehouse properties, such as the subject. All leases are current in relation to the reference date. The effective year built ranges from 1980 to 2018. Wall heights range from 15 feet to 20 feet. Note that I've included 131 Cordite just for illustrative purposes. This property is located directly adjacent to the subject. Although its rental rate is lower, it's likely attributable to the economies of scale, given that it's substantially larger than the subject. Nevertheless, it demonstrates that the market rents are achievable in this location, despite the limited municipal services available along the road. So not including 131 Cordite, leasable areas range from 1,600 square feet to approximately 2,000 square feet. Net rents range from $10.80 to $13 per square foot, and that is not including 131 Cordite. So the property has some excess land. So on the following page are my land comparables. There are not any land comparables directly in the subject market area, so I had to go out of the area. So all sales are prior to the reference date. All comparables are industrial vacant land sales. All comparables have no city water or sewer like the subject. Land area ranges from approximately 20,000 square feet to 64,000 square feet. We have land area 47,533 surplus. The sales price ranges from $6.53 per square foot to $10.38 per square foot, whereas we've assessed the per square foot value at $6.27 per square foot. Now, on the following page is my workup, and maybe I won't go through that workup. So our original assessed value was $995,000. I am making a recommendation after doing some more research on the property. I am lowering the land value from $298,000 to $125,000. So I'm keeping the rent at overall rent at $11.20 per square foot. I'm utilizing the 2.5 market vacancy, 3% for non-recoverables, and capitalizing at 5.25. And that gives us a capitalized value of $696,533. And now if you add the land of $125,000, that gives you a revised assessed value of $806,000.
Okay, just before I ask the applicants about that. Can you go through that again, please?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
actually,
so the
my
changes you
workup,
made,
yeah, sorry, my workup, actually, it is basically the same thing. It's just the land value is changed from 298,000 to 125,000.
okay, so it's, so you're, okay, so you're,
Yeah.
yes, you said your capitalized value is still 696,533. And
Yeah.
sorry, and so you based the new land value amount on what?
That would have been an adjusted rate of, excuse me, give me 1 second. So $2.63 about.
$2.63 a square foot, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Profanic, so the assessor is recommending a decreased value of 806,000 based on a land value now of 125,000 and the income value of 696,535. Do you accept that recommendation, or would you like to proceed with the hearing?
Yeah, we don't accept that.
You don't accept it? Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Dos Mohammed, please proceed.
Yeah, so just to end my presentation, again, I'll just reference the external industry reports in the appendix. Winnipeg's industrial market remained fundamentally sound, and at the reference date, it was supported by low vacancy, stable to modestly increasing rents, limited new supply. There's continued demand for functional space, and the reported cap rates also generally support our findings. Therefore, for the reasons stated above, for the reasons stated above, I believe the $806,000 assessment is fair and equitable, and I ask the board revise the assessment to that value. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay, thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Profanic, do you have any questions for Mr. Dos Mohammed?
You guys speak?
You go ahead.
Yeah, just good morning again.
Good morning.
What we're concerned of is there is no changes in our properties. No maintenance, no improvements, and our city services are.
Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt you. You'll get a chance to present your information in a moment, but right now, do you have any questions only for the assessor on what he presented?
Yeah, just not really, no, just.
No questions? Okay, thank you. And in just a moment, we'll get to your explanation of your property. Ms. Werhoen, do you have any questions?
I do not, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Weiss?
Yes, one question to the assessor. Can you comment on the cap rate that you're using of 5.25 and what the range is?
If you look at our cap rate study on page 7, our 20th percentile to 80th percentile ranges between 5.3 and 7%. I believe this property being newer and I also think it may be misclassified as storage warehouse, where as it might be maybe a vehicle garage service type. But I think the 5.25, I think this property does lie on as an outlier or in the, lower than the 20th percentile. So yeah, that's how we chose that.
Just as a follow-up then, so that cap rate and takes into account the lack of services.
Yes, as I mentioned, there was the building adjacent to it. There's market rents there. The building on the other side is owner occupied, so I couldn't figure out any rents on that.
So again, one more follow-up. So this is an owner occupied building, though.
This one is, yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I just was going through your presentation here. Oh, yeah. Do you have the city cap rate study in here?
It's just on page 7. We don't have the full study. This page 7 summarizes it, yeah.
Oh, it's on 7. Sorry, I went down to the bottom too far. Just give me a second here. Okay, so this falls into where?
Just on the lower end of the 20th percentile.
Okay, but is it, so it's considered industrial B?
The city of Winnipeg doesn't use industrial A or B or C. They don't classify it, so we just have
You just have the, okay, I see they're all
yeah.
the same anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay.
The reason we've stated it that way is so we match with the other
Okay.
players.
So, and this was, the cap was model driven?
Yes,
Okay, and it's actually placed it lower than the 20th percentile.
yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all my questions. Okay, Mr. Profanik, please go ahead and explain to us about your property, please.
Yes, okay, so there's been no services changed and there's no changes in the property itself, so everything's status quo there. The only thing is we're concerned about is the jump in the property tax, you know, if it could be adjusted to a fair amount.
Just because service lot is gonna be way more valuable than an unserviced lot. And we are a very small building. So we can't rent it out, it's not even big enough for our own use.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and
Do you have a value in mind for what you think?
Well, we kind of think keeping it the same as it is right now would be fair. Because we
So
have.
what value is that?
I think it's 640, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it is, yeah, because we've done no improvements. We have really no services to speak of, no street lights, no bus service, no paved road, no city water. And to me, I think an unserviced lot is, you know, a lot lower than a service lot would be. And to rent out vacant unserviced lot, like, you know, it just, who would be interested in that?
Okay,
if I can add, we don't have any street lighting. It's a gravel road with excessive dust. We can't get dust control from the city. The city doesn't grade it very often. All it's full of potholes, as you know, we've stated many times in the past with this. It is off in the beaten track. And the vandalism is increasing around there. All the neighbors, which you've mentioned, having constant break-ins and things going missing or just vandalism in general. So and that as well.
Yeah, and there's an old city dump at the end of the street that devalues our property as well.
There's a garbage dump 2 doors down. That's non-existent anymore, but it's still there.
okay. Okay, thank you. Mr. Das Mohammed, do you have any questions?
Maybe just one. When you bought the property, was there I take it there was no services then, but was the city dump still there?
Yes.
The dump has been shut down since the mid-70s. And then they went to Harborview dump or Springfield Road. So Coeur Lake Road is not far from there, but that was the original City of East Cologne dump. Garbage dump.
The dump is not
Still
up.
there, the mound is still there, but they're still full of vermin and all the neighbors have to have rat traps, that sort of thing there because it's a feeding fest for them.
I don't have any questions. Thank you. Any
Okay.
more questions?
Mr. Weiss, do you have any questions?
No questions at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Warhoon?
Just for clarification, the pictures that you provided for us, the first 2 are quite blurry. I assume they're the same. They're just showing the building 163 and 165 as the bottom picture.
Yes, just to show you the difference in size, really. Like we're just a very small building and 165 is like way bigger than ours.
A lot more square footage
Yeah.
to working space.
And then the part of the road, any given day, you'll see potholes down that street. the dust, it's just like, we get no maintenance whatsoever. Well, I should say very little maintenance. They do come once in a while with the grader, but once they grade it, it's just back to the same condition the next day, so.
There's no added aggregate or gravel to the road, so potholes reappear very quickly. And the dust is outrageous,
Yeah.
and all the employees in the area are complaining to all the buildings. There's what, 3 buildings on that stretch besides the city dump. And all the employees are quite concerned because of their car maintenance. So we don't have the police service going by there. We don't really have road maintenance.
Fire hydrants.
No fire hydrants, anything. We're very rural in the city.
Okay. Okay, those are all my questions, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have any questions for the applicants, but I just wanted to ask a clarification question. Mr. Das Mohammed, I'm just going to redirect something to you for a quick second. In previous evaluations, has there been an excess land evaluation on this property as well?
Yes, but when we made recommendations, we've adjusted the.
Okay, but you have been doing the excess land in previous
Yes.
assessments as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Dosma, had any need for summation on this property?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Profanik, any summation you want to make for us?
No, that'd be fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate
thank
you
Have a
presenting.
great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is number 510 Elmhurst Road.
Just admit the applicant in now. Madam Chair.
Good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning.
Nishi Beckingham. Okay, Ms. Wharton, if you could swear the applicant in, please.
Absolutely. Mr. Applicant, may you please state your full name?
It's David Nishi Beckingham.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I so affirm.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Mr. Das Mohammed, please proceed to read this item onto the roll, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Board revision file number 26-1286. Roll number is 010011056000. Address is 510 Elmhurst Road. Roll year is 2027. Reference date is April 1st, 2025. Assessed value is $1,848,000. Parcel use code is industrial warehouse. Number of buildings is 1. Number of premises is 1. Number of stories is 1. Actual year built and effective year built are both 1977. Wall height is 14 feet. Zoning is R1E residential. Land area is 77,122 square feet. Plan area is 8,585 square feet. Basement area is 1,785 square feet. Gross floor area is 10,370 square feet. Leasable area is 9,345 square feet. Land to plan area is 8.98 to 1. And if you turn to my page 11, I have the map of the subject there. It's located in the southwest quadrant of the city. On the following page is the subject parcel boundaries. At the bottom, you'll note that there is quite a bit of excess land. I don't know if you, actually on page 13 is a better picture. So there's the subject aerial view. Now, just under the subject there, you'll notice that there's yellow lines there. Those are other parcel boundaries for residential homes. So you can see that there is quite a few homes there, lots. And just for comparison in size to what the subject is, how much land the subject has. So if you were to look on the left, or sorry, the right-hand side of the top picture there is all kinds of space there that could be either surplus or excess land. Page at the bottom, page 13 is just an opposite view of that same picture. And then on page 14, we just have some street views. So going back to my page 3, there's my rent comparables. So all comparables are industrial warehouse properties. The search was expanded beyond the immediate market region to identify properties more similar in age, wall heights, and leasable area. This is not an industrial area, so I had to go outside of it. All leases are current in relation to the reference date. Effective year built ranges from 1962 to 1989. Average wall heights range from 14 feet to 20 feet. Leasable areas range from approximately $10.79 per square foot to $18.30 per square foot. On the following page is my land comparables. So we are assessing 21,257 square feet as excess land or surplus land. We're utilizing $15.38 per square foot. The comparables, all sales are prior to the reference date. All comparables are industrial vacant land sales. I did not use residential land comparables as the lot is quite big and it's hard to find residential comparables that are vacant land that are as big as this. Most residential comps range from 19,000 square feet, or sorry, or less than 19,000 square feet. So with in regards to the comparables, the land area ranges from 10,500 square feet to 41,500 square feet. Sales price per square foot ranges from $16.38 per square foot to $27.45 per square foot. We're utilizing $15.38 per square foot. On the following page is our workup. So we're utilizing a net rental rate of $12.07 per square foot, a 3% market vacancy rate, a 3% for non-recoverable expenses, $4.25 per square foot for vacancy shortfall. This yields an NOI of $104,937. We're capitalizing at a rate of 6.9%. We add the excess land value of $327,000. This results in a rounded assessed value of $1,848,000. And again, I'll just point out to the external industrial reports in the appendix. Winnipeg's industrial market has remained fundamentally sound at the reference date. It has been supported by low vacancy. There's stable and modest increasing rents, limited new supply, and continued demand for functional industrial space. The reported cap rates are generally supportive of our industrial cap rate findings. Therefore, for the reasons stated above, it is our opinion that the assessed value is fair and equitable, and I respectfully ask that the board confirm this value. And I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Nishi-Beckingham, any questions?
Yeah, just a few. If I can get you to turn to page, I guess it's page 13 of your report.
Yes.
You are identifying that there's a large chunk for what you considered surplus or excess land
Right.
that would be on the. I guess you're identifying that as being on the corner of the grant there and
Elmhurst, yes.
Elmhurst. Yes. Okay. Did you, in your calculations for excess land component, did you take into account that you would still need access to the industrial building?
Yes, and looking at the photo, I mean, you could subdivide and put a driveway on the other side.
Sorry, on the other side?
The other side of the building or right in front of the building
So you're suggesting that you'd have to change access to Grant Avenue?
to Grant Avenue, yes.
Yeah, do you know if that would be allowed or?
I know on Grant there are a lot of buildings with access right onto Grant.
But you didn't investigate whether
No, I did
this
not.
subject would be allowed to have
No,
access
I
on
did not.
Grant?
No.
Okay, great, thank you. Just on your rent comparables, just going to your third one there at 1616 King Edward. That's a multi-building site. It looks like the rental is for I believe it's Action Auto. Is that a combination of
Sorry, what was that 1616 King Edward?
Yes.
It's not who you say it is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah. Well,
So is it a combination
it's
of retail and warehouse?
it's DoorDash. It's so I guess it's a call center maybe.
Okay. Those call centers, so like an office.
Yeah, it's DoorDash. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, typically they don't cook anything there. So yeah, it's
No,
gonna
I don't
be
think so.
something like that. Okay. Then I'm just looking at the next one down, 1140 Waverly Street. Is that unit 1 you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, on your business tax roll, unit 1 refers to a unit that's 1,556 square feet.
Sorry,
On 1140 Waverly?
yeah, I didn't get the question.
Sorry, when I look on your business assessment roll, unit 1 refers to a unit that's 1,556 square feet.
Yeah, this would have come right off the income and expense mailer. So if they said unit 1 was 12,809, that's what we would have entered into our where we put our income and expense mailer information.
Okay, so you didn't investigate.
Yeah,
the
I'm not.
discrepancies between the
I'm
two?
not sure
Yeah.
where you are getting that info from. Maybe I can have a look at it. On the
I pulled it from your business assessment rolls. Unit 1 is 1,556 square feet.
okay, and so are you saying there was a BA role at one time that had that? Do you know what year that was?
That would have been last year's, yeah, business assessment roll, which
So,
would have been certainly before 2013. Or
Yeah,
after 2013, right?
yeah. So that is yeah. So I got the rent off of our system, which would have pulled it from our income and expense mailer.
Just looking at 509 Century Street. That's a digital recording studio, correct?
Partially.
Okay. And then just similar question for 106 Scurfield Boulevard, Unit A. Again, that Unit A refers to a unit that's 3,500 square feet. You've got 3 rental units there.
Our rental record shows it's 7,863 square feet.
That's the entire building. But there's different tenants on that building.
No, the one tenant in there, Inside Golf, has 7,863 square feet.
Okay. No further questions.
Thank you. Ms. Verhoen, any questions?
Just one. Have you inspected the subject property?
No, I don't think we have.
No. Thank you. Mr. Weiss? Oh, sorry, did you have a follow-up to that?
No, I didn't.
You're
Thank
good.
you, Madam
Okay, sorry, I
Chair.
didn't want to cut you off there. Okay, Mr.
No,
Weiss?
that's okay.
I
No,
believe this is a MTS switching station, so I don't think we have inspected it.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Weiss?
no further questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, you just answered one of my questions, which was I was just wondering what was in there. And secondly, just the same question that I had for the previous property. Has this property been reassessed in previous cycles with excess land? Not reassessed, has it been assessed with excess land?
I don't know. I haven't had this one.
You're not sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Nishi Beckingham, please proceed with your presentation when you're ready.
Great, thank you. So just going through my brief quickly here at 510 Elmhurst. It is currently zoned R1E. The current use for it is as an MTS switching station. It's on 1.8 acres. Just looking at my brief there on page 3. We can see the aerial view, which we've discussed already. It accesses off of Elmhurst Road, being the driveway and parking access there. And then just the lower picture showing where it sits within the city. And just showing the east view from Elmhurst and the northern exposure on Grant Avenue. So it is the MTS switching station. So it's not your typical building and it's not in your typical industrial area. What we looked at. So I tried to find similar industrial type buildings. And the best ones I could come up with showing on my rent comparables are 220 Cree, showing it was a multi-tenant building with a rent out at 1095. It was 55 to 58 Murray Park Road there. The building is 16,000 square feet. It's a multi-tenant building rented out at $895 a square foot, and 340 to 356. So I can never pronounce this one. So Dio Road there at $995 a square foot, and again it's a multi-tenant building. Just trying to find similar single-tenant buildings was difficult. That would be like the subject. That's showing an average rent of $995 a square foot. And I'm suggesting that using the assessor's other inputs at $995 a square foot gives a value of $1,175,000. And I did not include the adjustment there for the excess land component, as I don't believe they would be able to get their access off of Grant in order to do that. And then in the rest, I've just included the photograph there for 220 Cree, so you can see what type of industrial building it was as the front and the back side there.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Dos Mohammed, any questions?
Yes, please. Just to clarify, you did not include excess land, correct?
Correct.
And you thought you shouldn't include it because they couldn't get access to Grant?
I don't believe they can get access off of.
Okay. And did
Grant
you
there.
research that if they could or not?
I did not contact the city on that. I did try to read the zoning bylaws, and that was my understanding, but that's best of my ability.
Okay. And 220 Cree, the land to plan ratio on that is 4.08 to 1, and it's sold for $2,855,000, and it is slightly bigger than the subject. Could you find any properties with the same amount of land as the subject property?
No, I did not.
Okay. And your properties on Murray Park and Salto, that's just one roll number, is that correct?
Yes, it's a multi-tenant building. Yeah, it's just that the buildings that's the building areas, but they're multi-tenant.
So both those properties are located in the one row.
Yeah.
So they're not different. Okay, so and you would agree that those areas that you have are much larger than what the subject property has, correct?
Yes.
And due to economies of scale, you would agree that smaller square footages would probably lease for a higher value per square foot than larger?
No, sorry, that's the entire building. That's not the tenanted space of 48, that like for Sato, 48,000 square feet, right? It's a multi-tenant
So it's
building.
multi-tenant and you're
Yeah.
using the entire building. So you're averaging the rent there? I'm not sure how you're getting at the rent then.
Yeah, that was one of the tenants that rented it out in there.
Are they
for a
renting the
multi-tenant
entire
building.
building, or are they?
No, they're not renting the entire building.
Okay, so 16,200 square foot is rented by one tenant?
No, it's a multi-tenant
Okay, so what would be
situation.
the
That's why,
rent
that's why
for,
I put them down as multi-tenant as opposed to single tenant.
okay, so you don't have a rent for a single tenant,
No, no,
in that,
for a single tenant building for 9,000 square feet, no, I do not.
okay. All right, those are all my questions. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Mr. Weiss, any questions?
No, no questions, thank you.
Ms. Verhoen, any questions?
None, Madam Chair, thank you.
And I don't believe I have any questions either. So, Mr. Das Mohammed, any requirement for summation on this property?
No, I'm good, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Mr. Nishi-Beckingham?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That concludes this property, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Great, thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Since it's about 10:15, I'm going to recommend we take a brief 10-minute recess. So if you can take us offline, and we'll come back around about 10:25.
Absolutely, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
thank you.
All right, Madam Chair, we are live again.
Thank you very much. We call the meeting back to order. The next item on our agenda is 1239 Manahan Avenue. So Mr. Das Mohammed, please proceed when you're ready.
Sorry, do you have to affirm the applicant?
Oh, I do. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I forgot Mr. Story hadn't joined us before now. So yes, please affirm Mr. Story.
Absolutely. Mr. Story, may you please state your full name?
My name is Jarrett Story.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Story, and please proceed, Mr. Das Mohammed.
Okay, thank you very much. Board Revision file number 26-629. Roll number is 03065985200. Roll year is, address is 1239 Manahan Avenue. Roll year is 2027. Reference date is April 1st, 2025. Assessed value is $1,378,000. Parcel use code is industrial warehouse. Number of buildings is 1. Number of premises is 7. Number of stories is 2. Actual year built and effective year built are both 1998. Wall height is 12 feet. Zoning is M2 manufacturing. Land area is 7,991 square feet. Plan area is 4,500 square feet. Gross floor area is 9,000 square feet. Leasable area is 7,662 square feet. Land to plan area is 1.78 to 1. If you turn to my page 10, I have a map of the subject area. So it is located in the southwest quadrant of the city. On the following page are the subject parcel boundaries. And at the bottom is the subject aerial view. And then some more pictures on page 12 and street view of the subject property. On page 13 at the top, there's the building summary. Again, it's approximately 9,000 square feet of gross floor area. Overall year built was 1998, and main floor area is 4,500 square feet with 12-foot with a 12-foot wall height. At the bottom, there is the income and expense mailer that was submitted for a year ending January 1st, January 31st, 2025. So it is a gross lease in place. If you note, the rental income is $140,900. And the total leasable area they're indicating there is 7,663 square foot. So if you divide that by if you divide the rental income by the square foot, you get a rental rate of $18.39 per square foot gross rent. On the following page is the tenant roll. So you'll note the tenant rolls, their workout to be between $16.74 per square foot to $26.25 per square foot gross annual rents. On the following page is subject listings from 2024. So it's marketing material on page 16, just some features of the building. So it's a modern building, well-designed industrial building located in southwest Winnipeg, close to Pembina Highway. Steel frame construction. There's 9 parking stalls on site. Each floor has its own central air and forced air gas. Page 17, looks like they're wanting to lease some space there at $20.95 per square foot. Yeah, it doesn't actually give us a leasable area there. It just says unit 1375 is available, and the rent that they're looking for is $20.95 gross. Then on the following page is the pictures from that listing. So as you can see, it looks pretty modern. It's a nice office building or office space. It looks like there's a little boardroom at the bottom of page 20. Page 21 at the top, there's a little lunchroom. Bottom of page 21, there seems to be additional offices. And just to let you know, I have not personally inspected this building. On page 22 is the status of title. This was registered in July of 2013. You'll note there under active instruments, number 2, there was a $1 million mortgage in 2013. And on the following page, it looks like the current owner assigned the leases to the lender in lieu of the mortgage. And then subsequently in 2021, it looks like the owner received a $2 million mortgage on the property and assigned the leases that were signed, this is an amending agreement assigning $2 million to the assigned leases agreement. On the following page, I just have a summary. So the subject was sold June 2013 for $650,000. In 2013, July, the leases were assigned to the financing company for a $1 million loan. In 2021, there was an amending agreement which indicated the loan was increased to $2 million, while the $2 million mortgage on the subject property does not establish market value on its own. It does provide additional support for the value being above assessed amount. On page 25, there's the 2013 land transfer documents. Section 6 there, fair market value. The current owner indicated the fair market value at that time to be $650,000. And this was 12 years prior to the reference date. If you go to page 29, there is the current, the original mortgage. So you'll note that in section 2, land description, that's our subject property right there, parcel B plan 26828, WLTO, etc. Number 6, the payment, the principal amount was $1 million. Again, this was back in 2013. And then if you go to page 31, there's the amending agreement, section 7 at the bottom. It's deleting the previous amount of 1 million and it's replacing it with 2 million value. And then again on page 32, this was from 2021, it looks like November 30th. So going back to my page 3 with my rent comparables. So Mr. Story had sent an email yesterday and I just looked at it this morning. It looks like there's some issues with my comparables, so I am rescinding my comparable number 1457. Or sorry, 1457, that's comparable number 2, 1457 Chevrolet Boulevard, Unit B. It looks like we have a rent of $950 there. The income and expense mailer, at the reference date shows that the tenant is in there, but the rent wasn't shown. I'm not sure where that rent came from that we have for $9.50. I don't know if it was the previous INE or not. But I'm rescinding that comparable. And then the other comparables, 1457 Chevrier Boulevard. So it's there's a $10.95 rent in there. I'll just speak to the rest of the comparables. So all other comparables are industrial properties that are located within the subject's market region. All leases are current in relation to the reference date, effective year. Built ranges from 1963 to 1998. Average wall heights range from 12 feet to 20 feet. Leasable areas range from approximately 1,700 square feet to 9,500 square feet, and net rents range from $9.50 to $17.67 per square foot. Now, in that email, Mr. Story indicated that 1330 Chevrier Boulevard is a owner-occupied property. So I dug it up. It looks like in our system, when they sent in their income and expense mailer, they have not indicated it was owner-occupied, and they have the property is owned by BMI Group Inc. But the tenant in there is BAG Real Estate. So I don't know if those companies are related, but in their income and expense mailer, they did not indicate if it was owner occupied. Again, with 227 Lawson, Mr. Story indicates that it's fully owner occupied. They're his client. So I looked it up. Again, the income and expense mailer does not indicate that it's owner occupied. The owner seems to be a numbered Manitoba company, and the tenant is Urban Mine Inc. That being said, I looked at Mr. Story's workup, and I think our rents are off by only 10 cents or so. So I'm willing to go to his net rental rate. I believe it's, just give me 1 second. $9.28 approximately. So I'm fine with that rent. We're utilizing an overall rent of $9.41, but I'm fine with the $9.28. So going to my workup, this will be a little different if I'm utilizing Mr. Story's rent. I'll just quickly do it now. Oh, my apologies. His rent is at $9. I'll just bear with me. Sorry, it is $9.28. So if I use his $9.28, our $3 market vacancy, our $3% 3% non-recoverable rate, our shortfall of $4.25, and our cap rate of 4.85%. I get a value of $1,358,000. So I'm willing to go to his net rental rate.
Sorry, I'm just gonna back you up there. What's your new NOI there?
New NOI 65,887.
Okay. So, okay, so, all right, so I'm assuming this is only a slight change in value. So I'm just, because you're making a recommendation here, I'm just gonna check with Mr. Story that whether you accept that.
No, Madam Chair, I'd like to
Yes,
proceed, but thank
okay,
you.
thank you. That's what I assumed, but I'm just double checking. Okay, please proceed.
Okay. Okay, so my comparables, I think you can ignore those. We have some issues with those. Again, so with our new assessment, and according to, I'll just point out to the external industry reports again, Winnipeg's industrial market remained fundamentally sound at the reference date. It was supported by low vacancy, stable and modestly increasing rents, limited new supply, demand for functional industrial space, and again, the reported cap rates generally support ATD's industrial cap rate findings. And therefore, for the reasons stated above, including the sales history, the level of financing supported by the property, it is our opinion that the new value of $1,358,000 to be fair and equitable, and I respectfully ask that the board confirm that value. And I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Story.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Das Mohammed. I have a few questions. Mr. Das Mohammed, I think you said that you had not visited this property for the purpose of this assignment. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
To your knowledge, has anyone at any point from your department visited this property for an inspection?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know.
Okay, and this, and I appreciate that you've now deferred to our rental rates, so that'll narrow our issues. But when this assessment went out to the owner, was it indeed all computer generated, model derived? Is that fair?
Model driven, yes.
Okay, and I know that in the past, or at least I've heard that the city would occasionally perform a percentage increase review. Was that done here?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, okay, and are you aware that this is almost a 67% increase over the previous cycle?
I do not know that. Yeah, I do not know.
Okay, can we agree that that would be extraordinary?
Well, it could be because we were lower on the previous assessments and there was a catch up. So I don't know the details of that.
Okay, well, it's based on a board order, but we'll continue with this, with what's in front of us. In terms of the work up here, can we agree that, or based on your understanding, and I understand that nobody's been to this property, but can we agree that this property has a high degree of what I'm going to call low quality office space, as opposed to being a more traditional industrial building?
I couldn't verify that, yes or no. I couldn't.
Okay.
Either way.
Fair enough.
From the pictures from the listing, it seems to be pretty well appointed.
Okay. Have you reviewed our photos in our submission in chief?
No, I have not.
Okay, we'll get to those in my presentation. Now, this is a two-story building. Is it your understanding that this is stair flight access only to the second floor? No elevator, passenger, or cargo. Is that your understanding?
Usually two-story buildings don't have an elevator, so.
Okay. And in your estimation, would that limit the marketing potential for the second floor, given the fact that it is not accessible?
No, not on a two-story building.
Okay. All right. Now, that land to plan that's been calculated here is sub 2-to-1. In your experience, is that not very, very low for what we would typically see in industrial buildings?
Yes. I mean, you can't get a semi around this building.
Right. Okay. And speaking of that, now, did you have a chance in your, what I'll call your desktop review, did you see that the loading access for this property is from a single back lane, unpaved, from Hervo? Are you aware of that?
I haven't looked at those pictures, yes.
Okay, so is it fair comment then that the loading capacity for this property would not be ideal. Is that fair?
Well, for it's the use of the building, the way it's constructed, it is what it is. I mean, you can't get a semi there, so I don't think anybody who's gonna rent this is gonna be using trucks and whatnot. It looks like it's
Right.
mainly an office building.
So right, okay, so that's sort of what I'm driving at. The shortfall that's been applied here is 425 per foot. Did you calculate the expenses
No,
that are being reported?
no, I'll just let you know how the shortfall is done here. So when we get income and expense mailers, we take all the income and expense mailers, and then whatever the model does, it generates the I guess it's regression analysis. It generates the shortfall, and that shortfall, to be fair and equitable, is applied to all industrial properties in Winnipeg. I
Okay,
know
but
I know some buildings will have less, some buildings will have more, but to be fair and equitable, it's the one rate that we use for all industrial properties.
okay. I understand the methodology, but I suppose my question, Mr. Das Mohammed, becomes, and Madam Chair, I'm on this is page 13 of the assessor's brief.
Okay,
This is
thank
the
you.
INE. Thank you. And this will be germane to our discussion. The expenses, Mr. Das Mohammed, that they're reporting here are 82,583 and 15 cents. Now, by my calculation of 7,663 feet, that would indicate op costs of $10.78 per foot. So I suppose my question with that knowledge then is how is that equitable if the assessment is only applying a shortfall of 4.25 when the rents are getting, or the expenses, I should say, are getting close to $11 a foot?
I'm not sure how the owner is running the building and what his expenses are, so I couldn't speak to that.
Okay, but it is in your evidence, and we can agree at a minimum that what's being reported here is 10.78 a foot, correct?
I'll take your word for it. I haven't calculated it.
Okay. All right. And in terms of the vacancy laws, and apologies, Madam Chair, I'm bouncing around here, but I'm back to page 5 on this on the standard workup that the city's provided. The vacancy loss, Mr. Das Mohammed,
So
at
you cut out for a second there. You're saying page 5. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jared, sorry.
Yeah.
You just said you cut out for a second there. You said you're on page 5 now?
Yes, indeed. Am I back? Can you hear me?
Okay, thank you.
now?
I just want to
Okay.
make sure we're in the same place you are. Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
You just cut out for a second.
Perfect, thank you. So Mr. Das Mohammed, the model has applied a vacancy allowance of 3%. Is there any evidence in your brief indicating how that model parameter, how or why that's been applied?
No, but it would have been done by the neighborhood characteristics of that neighborhood and that market region.
Okay, and similarly, okay, I've asked you about the shortfall. Now the major issue, as you can imagine, that we have here is that cap rate of only 4.85. Does that not appear aggressively low given what we know about the market? And then, oh, I'm sorry, let me just finish. And when we contrast that then to your outside reports, it looks like the model has missed the mark by over 200 basis points on this property. So how do we figure that a cap rate of 4.85 is applicable to this property?
Well, that is a model-driven cap rate, and I'm assuming it's looking at the parameters of the building, the rents that it's generating, and that's how it was derived.
Okay.
Again, it's model-driven, so I'm not going to speak to any more on that.
Okay. I think I understand. Okay, and just to be clear, you'd mentioned that this does have exposure to the office market. And I agree, this is predominantly being used for office. If I look at the table that you've included here from the brokers, wouldn't they say that predominantly that the cap rates for suburban B office space start for the best quality product at 7.5%?
Well, not according to our findings, but
No, but according to the brokers that you've
sure, the
included
brokers, yeah, the brokers have their own studies.
Okay, all right. Just flipping through this very quickly. Now, you'd mentioned something, this is sort of a new argument that I haven't necessarily heard from the city, but you've mentioned that the owner had assigned the leases as a collateral security to the lender. How does that have any impact on what we'll call the market value of the property?
Well, when I used to work for banks as an appraiser, I know that the banks only lend a certain amount to what the value is. So if the value is X, they would lend whatever percentage they choose on that loan. So for example, if you buy a house for 100,000, they would lend up to 80,000 on that. So I'm sure that the same thing happens with industrial properties. They send out an appraiser. They know what the value is. I mean, why would a owner or why would a lender lend an amount that they couldn't recover on if something happened? So
Right.
I think they've done their own market value research.
Sure. Is that not a function though of the, and again, I believe we're getting far away from concepts of market value for this subject property, but just to follow up on what you've said here, would the bank not consider the entirety of the holdings of the applicant who's requesting a loan? So if this is not the only property that this gentleman owns, so does that change
Well,
your
no,
analysis?
if you look on page 25, or sorry, not page 25, if you look on page 29 of the mortgage document, it's on the land. It's on the parcel B of, the legal description of the subject property.
Okay.
It has nothing, it mentions nothing else.
Okay, but just to be clear, he paid, I think it's $625 for this building or some such thing. $650, I should say, correct? That's the
Yes.
purchase price.
Yes.
Okay. I think I will leave my questions there. Madam Chair, thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much. Ms. Orhoon, do you have any questions for the assessor?
I do not, Madam Chair, thank you.
Mr. Weiss?
No questions at this time. Thank you, man.
And I think my question was asked and answered. So, Mr. Story, please proceed.
Wonderful. Thank you, Madam Chair. As we've established, we are here at 1239 Manhattan Avenue. The plan area is 4,500 feet with a leasable area of 7,663 square feet. We have an exceptionally low land to plan. You'll often see when the city adjusts for excess land that they'll revert to 4-to-1 to carve off the excess land. In this instance, we are sub 2-to-1. Internally, we begin to make adjustments to our capitalization rate. In some cases, when we're below 3-to-1, but certainly below 2-to-1. So we have considered that in our valuation. Further, the wall heights are only 12 feet. That is obsolete for most industrial users in our market today. I've included some photographs. There are photographs throughout the brief. On the third page, I suppose, of my brief, you'll see the single loading door. There's only one loading door at this property. Now, just as a practical matter, the low land to building, as reported by the owner when I was there, I inspected it on July 31st for the purpose of our report. He had mentioned that the low land to building has caused him frustration in a number of ways, not the least of which being that the snow clearing cannot be staged on site, but rather has to be hauled. Hauling for snow in the winter is extremely expensive, and that is a charge that is not able to be mitigated. That is just a reality of this property, so we have to consider that. And the parking for the tenants, as Mr. Dasmohamed has rightly pointed out, there are 7 units in the property, tenanted by 5 different operators, and there are only 9 parking stalls. Now, a further issue is that we are on a cul-de-sac that is not typically preferable to industrial users. But further to this, Madam Chair, there is a used auto vehicle service garage with a great deal of cars all over the street. So it is a it is a challenge. It is something that that's a going concern for the owner and tenant. So I would be remiss not to point that out. So ultimately, now that we've established that the rents, and they are gross rents. So when we look at the asking rents of $15.50 or $20 a foot, we have to consider that those ought to be or need be netted out of those expenses. So I will leave my comments there on the rents because we've now established that $9.27 a foot has been accepted. But I do want to be very, very clear that these are gross rents and in some cases asking rents. In terms of the tenancy, so what goes on here, we would consider these non-credit tenants. So these are local, entrepreneurial. These are not low covenant. These are effectively no covenant rents, leases with these operators. So Unit B, that is the only truly industrial operation that has been occurring at this property through our reference period, and that is a welding group. So they do welding work. That back loading door is related to their unit, and that is a main floor unit. There are only 2 units on the main floor, indicated by Unit A and Unit B on the rent roll. Unit A is this is called energy healing. So they do Reiki and other, I suppose, non-medical wellness work. And that's a single owner occupier. The second floor is a real estate agent who is he's leased out 1,375 square feet. That's on the second floor. I believe the photos that Mr. Das Mohammed have submitted relate to that premise only. There is also a somebody who does a group arts and crafts enterprise. So you'd bring for team building or a child's birthday party, you'd bring them to this unit to do arts and crafts and that sort of thing. So that is who is tenanting this property. Those are the uses. The second floor spaces are indeed accessible only by stairwell. It is not accessible. And further to that, only one of the units on the second floor has its own dedicated washroom. The washroom facilities are shared between 3 other tenants on the second floor. That is not ideal. And that is somewhat atypical. Now, I noted that we've used, in my discussion, I've mentioned that we're using a vacancy and collection loss of 5%. However, that was adjusted later to 4%. So typically for this cycle in industrial, we will see vacancy somewhere between 3 to 5%. And we will apply a vacancy that aligns to the performance of the property. In this instance, we're using 4%. However, there is a great concern over vacancy. As I said, these are low covenant, there are building. So there is some risk that these tenants could vacate on short notice. Now, I haven't adjusted for the vacancy based on those comments, but I have tried to apply a capitalization rate that captures all of these concerns on a site-specific basis. I've included a full capitalization rate study. I've also included a number of sales. Now, these are purely industrial properties, so they are somewhat different than our subject. I do note that one of the inputs that the assessor used is a rental comp, which we're no longer discussing, is at 47 Scurfield. We have used the income in place to derive a cap rate on that property of 6.42%. It is a superior property. It does have greater land to building. And in terms of the interior finished space, particularly as it relates to there's a tech firm who operate in that space. I've seen the interior. It is vastly superior to ours. The quality of the finished space in our property is generally low. It's generally low quality. So our cap ranges for industrial properties in this cycle range between 6.5 and 7.5%. I've mentioned that some of the considerations that we take into account when applying capitalization rate are wall heights, to be certain, land to building of less than 3, loading, access and egress issues, location. I believe this location, this stretch down Manahan is not necessarily a positive location. and any sort of deferred maintenance, which we haven't noted here, but certainly degree of finish is a concern. So with all of that taken into consideration, Madam Chair, I believe that we've taken a very moderate approach to this property. We've not been aggressive. We've applied a 7% cap rate. 4.85 is aggressively low, and it's leading to this egregious increase of 67% over the previous cycle. And that was not a question of the assessment being low. That was a question of it being high and then being challenged in the board ordering that it ought to be brought back to a reasonable level. So that is the frustration that the owner is experiencing with this assessment. On page 24 of my brief, I have full interior photos. I won't go through each of them. I will leave them with you, but I believe that will give you a sense of the degree of finish that I'm calling well, inferior to what we would expect to see. There is that one office that was listed for sublease at some point that Mr. Das Mohammed has included. I have real photos, not marketing images. I've also included on page 37 the communal washroom, the arts and crafts space on 38, and the stairwell on 39. Now, oh, and I should mention the shortfall that I questioned Mr. Das Mohammed on at 425. We've applied 650. That is slightly higher than what we would expect to see in purely industrial properties. However, by the city's own metrics, and we don't typically disagree with this, but in older office buildings or lower quality office buildings, you would typically see shortfall of $8 to $10 per foot. So again, I think we've been very reasonable and taken a moderate position by applying $6.50 per foot. So with all of that taken together, Madam Chair, we're requestfully submitting that after our inspection, after a review of the financials and a general review of the market, we believe the value ought not to exceed $917,000 for our purposes today. And with that, I welcome your questions and I thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Das Mohammed, any questions?
Yes, please. Thank you. Mr. Story, your vacancy of 4%, where did you get that from?
Well, we looked at the overall market conditions. So we have the vacancy report as supported by, or as included in the Johnson report. This is on my vacancy section, and you can see here, found this interesting, that the, if we get into Fort Garry, 2024 vacancy is 4.8 for industrial vacancy for total inventory, where they're showing higher vacancy throughout. But we have typically, and this is all included in our standalone cap rate study, we have typically considered 3 to 5% for many of our buildings today. Many of them will be, or for the cycle, I should say. In many cases, you'll see a 3% vacancy where there is no concern. We have to consider vacancy and collection loss as well. But given that very tight range of 3 to 5%, using 4%, I believe to be very, very reasonable in this property. It is supported by Mr. Johnson's report, and based on the performance of the property, I think that we're again being very moderate with that application. So I think anything lower would be inappropriate. So 4%, it could be as high as 5%, but I think 4% is moderate and reasonable.
Okay. And the 650 of shortfall, can you just explain how you got that again, please?
Absolutely. So when I looked at so you've used a slightly different I&E, which is fine. But the one that I used, I believe it showed me $971 per foot in expenses. Oh, I'm sorry, mine's $11.51. So I reviewed I&Es throughout the history of the property, and we were seeing anything from, I'm going to say, $950 to $1150. And at first that gave me some pause, because typically in industrial, you're right, we would see something that's closer to the $4 or $5 range per foot. But in this case, we have a building that is predominantly operating as a budget office, and these are the expenses. So they are north of $10 in both of our submissions. We don't use the actual op costs as the shortfall. We have to consider that they would typically be slightly lower. So in this case, we've adjusted from $425 to $650, though I believe I'm well within my rights to go up to $8. But again, we try to be reasonable and moderate and frankly, somewhat optimistic.
So it was your opinion that 650 would be the appropriate shortfall?
I believe it's reasonable, though I believe that it is arguably very reasonable to use $8. But I've tried to balance some of these risks into the application of an appropriate capitalization rate, as I've mentioned.
Okay, and then your cap rate study here, you have some imputed and some income in place. Was there a reason why you imputed some and used income in place for some?
Yep. So both methods are appropriate to derive a cap rate. And the reason we would use imputed, so we've used market rents, we believe to be market rents for these properties, is because they're not transacting with an income stream in place. So we have to use our best judgment, and that's precisely what we've done. That's been accepted for across asset classes for cycles now. So ideally when we have income in place, that might be arguably better, but absent of that data, it's absolutely reasonable to impute with market rents. The one that you're using as a comp, that's an income in place sale. So you can review that at 6.42. And again, that supports our 7% cap on this property.
So, okay, so you have between 6.5 and 7. Okay, those are my questions. I do have rebuttal though, if I could submit at some time.
Yes, go ahead and submit that to our administrative personnel, and then we'll get to that at the end. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, yeah, and those are all my questions for now.
Okay, thanks you.
Madam Chair, I do have the rebuttal ready.
Oh, you have the rebuttal? Okay, so
it would be
we'll do that at the
considered-
end. We'll do that at the end of the questions.
Okay.
So I will come back to that. Okay, thank you. So I think we should all probably go and refresh to make sure we have it here.
I haven't sent it out yet. As I just received it, it is considered a late rebuttal, as it would have had to be received by 4:30 p.m. yesterday. So the panel will have to deliberate as to whether.
Oh, it is
accept.
late. It is late rebuttal. Okay, would you like us to deliberate on whether we wish to hear it, Mr. Das Mohammed?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, we'll take a recess. Thank you.
Just a quick question. Previously, I was not aware that the rebuttal had to be submitted before the day prior. I have submitted, like, for example, last Wednesday, I submitted rebuttal at the hearing, and I was not told that either that it should be submitted the day before.
Madam Chair, may I speak?
No, that is that is the rule that it's 4:30. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. No, there is a deadline. Yeah.
Just one moment as I take the applicant and assessor into the waiting room. Now we'll put us in a brief recess or in camera, Madam Chair.
Yes. Thank you.
Madam Chair, we are live again.
Thank you. I'm going to call the meeting back to order. The panel has discussed the late rebuttal submission and have decided not to hear it. However, Mr. Das Mohammed, if you have a question, maybe you already have asked one, that would help you verify what it is you are concerned about, that's fine, but it has to be a question. It can't be evidence.
Okay.
As I say, maybe you've already asked those, but.
Okay, maybe I will just ask a couple of questions. Mr. Story, are you aware that 65 Stevenson did have income in place
Sorry, let's pull this up.
before the sale? In your cap rate study, your page 19, sorry.
At the time of sale?
Prior to the sale, yes.
Sorry, how far prior to the sale are we?
I have a 2023 income and expense mailer.
Okay.
The sale was in
Sorry.
2024.
Yep. Let me just pull this up. Sorry, as I look this up, Mr. Das Mohammed, are you suggesting that the rental rate was was lower, or?
I'm suggesting the cap rate was much lower than what you have presented.
Okay, let's ask that as a question, please.
Okay.
Are you aware that the cap rate, if you were to work out the income that was provided and the sale price, the cap rate would come out much lower?
Well, if you were to adjust the rental rate, so we've used 1150 in our workup, parameters that the model agrees with as well. On a $7,150,000 ask, they achieved 6.8 million, and based on our NOI, we get $6.61. So, do you have the details of that lease? I suppose we can't share it in.
I have the income and expense mailer. Also 121 Sherwin Road, that was fully owner occupied. And
Right,
it had an income in place. So I'm not sure what figures you were using.
How might an owner occupied property have an income in place, Mr.
Well,
Dosman?
the income and expense mailer that was submitted indicates it's owner occupied and it has an income. So maybe they're related parties, but either way, that
Would you
Okay,
not
so
consider
yeah,
that?
you are presenting evidence again now, so
Yeah.
let's if there's a question regarding that property, that's fine, but not evidence.
Do you have the NOI for 47 Squarefield? Are you sure that that was the NOI for 47 Squarefield?
Yeah, so it's all in our cap rate study. It's all laid out for you how we calculated it. So you didn't ask me questions on it during my presentation, but yes, it's all there for your review, Mr. Mohammed. You've had it for a couple of weeks.
Madam Chair, I don't have any further questions.
Okay.
I can't present my rebuttal, then I don't have any
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Weiss, any questions for Mr. Story?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Story, can you just confirm to me what your NOI that you're using to arrive at the 917,000?
Yes, sir. Sorry, let me just change documents here. Still using paper, so one moment. Our NOI, sir, is 64,191. And I neglected to point this out, but that aligns to what is being reported by the owner. I did note that the NOI that's being modeled is 24.21% higher than what is being reported. Ours is effectively bang on when you consider erosions and adjustments. So ultimately, to answer your question, 64,191, sir.
And again, can you confirm what your number you're using for the shortfall number?
$6.25 per foot. And that equates to a deduction of 1,992.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Rahoon, any questions?
Mine was just answered. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. And I don't think I have any questions for Mr. Story. So, Mr. Das Mohammed, any requirement for summation here?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Story?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just very quickly, as we've gone through this exercise, we can see that the city has no evidence to support their vacancy rate. The shortfall has been, the answer is that it's been applied as some sort of equity principle, which is clearly too low for this property. And we also don't see any sales to support this, what I'm going to call an aggressively low cap rate. So based on what's been submitted here by the assessor, I do believe that our position is far more reasonable. It's supported by the figures of the actual property as well as the overall performance of the market. So we would ask that weighted consideration be given to our submission, and that the value ought not to exceed $917,000 on that basis. I thank you all for your time today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Story.
Thank you.
Okay, We have two more properties left on the agenda. So the next one is 525 Jarvis Avenue, please. And when you're ready, please swear in the applicant.
The migration over.
Yes. Appreciate your patience.
No problem. I appreciate your patience.
Yeah, it's been a long morning.
They can very well be. I'll just have you remain standing while I swear you in.
Sure.
Mr. Applicant, may you please state your full name?
Randall Scarretta.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated. Madam Chair.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I think you've been watching for quite a while, so hopefully you understand how this procedure works. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us, okay?
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Chair. It is my first time
Okay,
presenting.
so okay, well, we'll be gentle on you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Das Mohammed, please read this onto the record.
Okay, thank you very much. Board Revision File Number 26-1096. Roll number is 1400199700. Address is 525 Jarvis Avenue. Roll year is 2027. Reference date is April 1st, 2025. Assessed value is $420,000. Number of buildings is 4. There's 3 premises, 1 story. Actual year built and effective year built are both between 1955 and 1980. Wall heights range from 12 feet to 15 feet. Zoning is M2 Manufacturing General. Land area is 7,352 square feet. Plan area is 5,255 square feet. Gross floor area is 5,255 square feet. Leasable area is 5,226 square feet. Land to plan area is 1.40 to 1. Now, on page 11, I have the subject parcel boundaries. On page 12 is the street view of the subject property, one from the front and one from behind. On page 13 is just the building summaries. On page 14 is the income and expense meter that was submitted. And it looks like the annual rent is $10.83 per square feet and $10.98 per square foot, and that appears to be a gross release, a gross net rental rate. So going back to my page 3, there's my rent comparables. So all comparables are industrial warehouse properties. They're all located within the subject market region. All leases are current in relation to the reference date. Effective year built ranges from 1954 to 1972. Wall heights range from 12 feet to 16 feet. Leasable areas range from 2,100 square feet to 3,000 square feet. Net rents range from $6.86 to $10.58 per square foot. On the following pages are workup. So we're utilizing an overall net rental rate of $6.78 per square foot. We're using 4% market vacancy rate, 3% for non-recoverable expenses, $4.25 per square foot for a vacancy shortfall. This yields an NOI of $32,107. We're capitalizing NOI at 7.65%. This results in an assessed value of $420,000. Therefore, for the reasons stated above, it's our opinion that the assessed value of $420,000 is fair and equitable, and I respectfully ask that the board confirm this assessment. And I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Skrmita, do you have any questions for Mr. Das Mohammed?
I do. And I apologize if maybe I'm not getting this right, but the value is based on net operating income by the cap rate. Is that correct?
Yes, net operating income divided by cap rate gives you an assessed value.
Okay, so the evidence you presented The net operating income is $12,729. And if you do that math. Apologize. Yeah, that's okay. I can use this. Thank you. 12,000. 729. I believe the cap rate was 7.65%.
Yes.
So I have a value of 166,392. Is that, am I?
So you're using an actual value?
The net operating income is actually 32,107. Is it 12? The 12,000 was, I'm not sure which there is
Oh,
a
I'm looking at
$12,000
the-
rental rate on there, potential rental.
I'm looking at the income and expense submission that was provided by Mr. Dos Mohammed. And if you look at
So
the,
you're looking at your actual income and expense mailer that you submitted?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I didn't submit it, actually, the city is what the city presented.
Oh, sorry, you submitted it to the city, I take it.
Originally, but as far as evidence.
Yeah, it's in my evidence. Yeah, it's in my evidence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, we're using market rents and we're using we're not using actual, and I think your actuals are gross also.
they
So
are.
we use market rent. So when we look for comparables, it gives us what the market is saying that your property should be renting at. And that's how we apply our rental rates. And we apply our vacancy loss. We apply our shortfall expense ratios and cap rates. And that's
Okay,
how
I
we
wanted to
arrive at that.
confirm that you, okay, so you're not using what the building is.
We don't use actual, no, we use market. What would your property sell for on the market? Is how we look at it.
I thought, sorry, I apologize, but I thought that you also confirmed that it was based on income.
We use the income approach.
So which one is it? Is it based on income, or is it based on like, or is it a combination of both?
It's based on the income that the city assumes the market would bear.
Okay,
That's what it's based on.
even though the building.
You may not agree with that, obviously, but that's what it's based on.
Okay, no, I just wanted to understand, because the actual income for the building itself is much less than what is being suggested, or what the market is bearing.
So you can present that to us when we get to your presentation, but for now, do you have any other questions for the assessor?
No.
Okay,
Oh, sorry,
thank you.
maybe one more.
Sure, go ahead.
The cap rate of 7.65%, I just want to confirm that, is that accurate? That's what I think is presented on your page 4.
That is the cap rate we're utilizing.
Okay, good, just wanted to confirm. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. Ms. Verhoeven, do you have any questions?
I do not, Madam Chair, thank you.
Mr. Weiss?
No questions, thank you.
And I do not. So, Mr. Scamita, let us just pull up, you submitted some information to us. Let's just pull it up here and then you can proceed. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, I mean, you can see what I submitted as a one-page, well, I submitted a one-page letter and then some other documents from other properties that are for sale in the area. I couldn't, and I'm not aware of any comparables within the area, but I do know that, I guess there's a few things I'll mention, is that the property has seen increases of over 46% from 2023 to 2027. The building it's in a lower income area with very limited services. It has no air conditioning, no finished office space, no finished floors. As per the evidence presented from the city, there is actually 4 different buildings that comprise this, what I call one building now. So there's many structural walls within the premises, which makes the rental space very difficult. It's not a big open area. And and there's not separate water meters or electrical meters for tenants. So that's why it's a gross rent. And so the value that we're able to obtain on rents is much lower than maybe some of the comparables that the city has presented. Graffiti's on the rear door. It's not uncommon to find used needles at the front of the building. As I said, I presented some other properties for sale in the area, and I put in the square footage, what they're selling for. Those are fully sprinkler development buildings. And I'm proposing that they're at $41 and $46 plus change. Utilizing $50 per square foot would bring the value down to $261, but I'm not suggesting that's where we should go. I'm looking at a compromise of $65 per square foot, which would bring the value to $339,690.
Okay, is that your presentation?
Yeah, I guess I would just stress a little bit more that the location is very is critical to be assessed, to be considered, because it's the location that is not a desirable location compared to especially compared to the comparables that have been presented, and it's a challenge. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Das Mohammed, any questions?
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Weiss, any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Warhoon?
None, thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, and I don't think I do either. So, Mr. Das Mohammed, any need for summation here?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Skrmita, anything else you'd like to mention?
No, I guess I'm just picking up off of maybe I should have asked this earlier. I apologize if I'm on the line. The previous presenters were asking questions like, was an actual site visit conducted? And how was this assessment determined? Would it be on the line, or am I able to ask those questions now?
Well,
or is that
we're
beyond that now?
yeah, we've moved past your presentation and we're now in summation. I think you have another property to present though?
I do.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you could request that in that for that property for sure.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Okay, that concludes item 10, 525 Jarvis. So now we'll move to item 11, 529 Jarvis. And Mr. Das Mohammed, please proceed when you're ready.
Thank you very much. Board Revision file number 26-2803. Roll number is 14001995000. Address is 529 Jarvis Avenue. Roll year is 2027. Reference date is April 1st, 2025. Parcel or assessed value is $522,000. Parcel use code is industrial light manufacturing. It's zoned M2 general, manufacturing general. Land area is 7,352 square feet. Leasable area is 4,949 100 square feet. Land to plan area is 1.49 to 1. I have some pictures of the subject property starting on page 11 to 14, and then bottom of page 14, I have the building summary. We did have an income and expense mailer submitted to the city by the applicant, and we see that it is, I don't know if it was fully owner occupied or partly owner occupied, but the check mark says fully owner occupied. It's a gross rent. So turning to my page 3, there's my rent comparables. They're all industrial properties. They're located within the subject market region. All leases are current in relation to the reference date. Effective year built ranges from 1956 to 1978. Average wall heights range from 13 to 14 feet. Leasable areas range from approximately 3,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet. Net rents range from $8.40 to $10.55 per square foot. On the following page is our workup. And I'll just answer some of the applicant's questions now. I have not inspected this property. I don't know if any of my colleagues have inspected this property. The income and workup is done by model. So this is a model generated workup. Therefore, we're utilizing a net rental rate of $6.98 per square foot, a market vacancy of 4%, 3% for non-recoverable expenses, $4.25 for vacancy shortfall. This yields an NOI of $31,326. We're capitalizing NOI at 6%, and this results in a assessed value of $522,000. For the reasons stated above, we believe that it is our opinion that the assessed value is fair and equitable, and I respectfully ask that the board confirm this value, and I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Scrimita, do you have any questions for Mr. Dos Mohammed?
I do have one. Again, my ignorance, I noticed that the cap rate on this building is 6% and the building beside it is 7.65%. Is that normal for a cap rate to,
Yeah, it was model generated. That's how we came up with the 6%.
okay. So the fact that
No, I assuming they're like when the building was originally put into the system, the permits would have been put into the system. It would have taken the wall heights, it would have taken the condition of the building, the risk associated, and all those parameters were entered into the system, and then the model generates a cap rate.
okay, I have limited understanding, but is it?
No,
is it
totally
not-
understand. I appreciate that.
Is the cap rate, I've been very limited again, is it not meant to be a broad cap rate for a certain area of the city, and you wouldn't
No,
change from
it
building to building,
depends.
or?
It depends on building to building, yes.
It does,
It depends on the risk associated with the building, the quality of the construction. Yeah, and the amount of rent that it might generate.
okay, can I, maybe this isn't a question, but the building beside it that has the 7.65, and I realize it's a number of buildings, it's a block wall construction, and this is a steel tin building, which I'd
Yeah,
say
so,
would be substandard compared to,
The wall height might be different, depending on if it was built up over time. It might be piecemealed. It's just the level of risk associated with the building.
okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
No, okay, thank you. Ms. Werhoen, do you have any questions for the assessor?
I do not, thank you.
Mr. Weiss?
None at this time, thank you.
And I think I'm good as well. So Mr. Scrimita, we'll just move to your submission here and you can tell us what you want about your property. So please go
Okay.
ahead.
Thank you. The building it's basically a steel structure. There's been some conditions in the past where the wall is actually separated from the foundation. So I wouldn't say it's a particularly strong building. It's there and it's definitely being rented out, but it's not I think the cap rate should and could be adjusted accordingly. The percentage of increase since from 2023 to 2027 is 64%, which is exceptional. And just this latest assessment is 30% increase. And so I think that's it's unjustified. Again, similar to the other building, it's in a lower income area. Graffiti is common. And same thing, the used needles at the front of the building. Again, I couldn't find, and I don't know any comparables within the area, but again, location, it is an undesirable location compared to the comparables that are being presented. And I did find, as presented, the two other listings for the properties for sale in the area at 41.58 and 46.71 per square foot. Again, these buildings are fully sprinklered development buildings. So utilizing a 2027 assessment of 522, the price per square foot is, according to the city, is 88.48. Again, utilizing $50 per square foot would bring the value down to 295,000. And I looked at, this does have a finished office space. It does have some air conditioning, not for the whole building, just the office space. And I valued it a little higher than what the 525 is, at a compromise of $70 per square foot would bring the true value to $413,000. And I present that for consideration, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Dos Mohammed, any questions?
Not really. I just wanted to maybe clear something up, Mr. Scrimita. You are aware that an assessment done for 2023 spans 2023 and 2024. And similarly, an assessment done for 2025 would have spanned 2025 and 2024 or 2026. And then 2027 would span 2027 and 2028. I just wanted to make sure you're clear on that. So.
Yeah, I just still look at the 64% over that time period.
No, that's your argument. I'm not, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Mr. Weiss, any questions for Mr. Scrimita?
No questions. Thank you.
Ms. Verhoeven?
None, thank you.
Okay. Is this particular building owner occupied?
It is not.
It is not. Okay. And is it just one renter or?
Yes,
Okay, sole renter, but not owner occupied.
correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Mr. Dos Mohammed, do you have any need for summation?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay. And Mr. Scrimita, any summary?
No.
Okay, thank you. Since we've heard all the items on our agenda this morning, I'm going to call this meeting adjourned. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Oh, no, we haven't heard them all. I'm sorry. Yes. We've been here a while and I lost track. Mr. Scrimita, we have finished with your property, so feel free to depart if you wish, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So we're going to move back up to number 2, 1500 Wall Street. And do we have an applicant for this property?
We do not have it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we will hear the assessor's presentation. So let's just everybody get back to that document. Okay, and Mr. Dos Mohammed, please proceed with 1500 Wall Street when you're ready, please.
Thank you. And I'll just point out there is a non-compliance on this property. So do you want me to just maybe read out the?
Yes. So yes. So what we'll do is hear your evidence on the non-compliance, and then we'll recess to discuss it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Board revision file number 26-1668. Roll number is 13011606000. Address is 1500 Wall Street. Roll year is 2027. Reference date is April 1st, 2025. Assessed value is $1,498,000. And yes, there is a non-compliance issue on here. The last income and expense mailer that was received was for 2022. If you turn to my page 16, there is the address that we've been sending to. It's a Canada Number Limited Company. The address is located at 641 St. Anne's Road. On page 18 is at the bottom of page 18 is the property tax notice address that we've been sending to, and they've been paying their property taxes. So it's been going to the same address, and under section 64.1, the act does indicate that when under this act, a notice of or other document is mailed to a person, it's presumed to be mailed on that date, and it's presumed to be received on the 5th day after the notice was mailed. So, and because of that, I think we respectfully ask that you consider the non-cooperation argument. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Verhoen, any questions?
And none, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Weiss?
No questions, thank you.
And I don't either, so we'll just take a quick recess for a couple of minutes to discuss this, and then I'll call the meeting back to order.
Okay, Madam Chair, we are live.
Thank you. I'd like to call the meeting back to order. The board has considered the request for non-compliance, and we have agreed to grant it. However, we do not have an applicant, so Mr. Das Mohammed, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, 1500 Wall Street, parcel use code is industrial warehouse. Number of buildings is 7. Number of premises is 9. Stories range, or there's 2 stories. Actually, year built ranges between 1909 and 1955. Effective year built ranges between 1934 and 1955. Wall height ranges between 11 feet and 17 feet. Zoning is M2 manufacturing general. Land area is 26,694 square feet. Plan area is 13,749 square feet. There is a small basement of 180 square feet. Gross floor area is 14,780 square feet. Leasable area is 14,600 square feet. Land to plan area is 1.94 to 1. On page 11, there is the subject parcel boundaries. And then on page 12 is the overhead view of the subject property. Same with on page 13. And then on page 15 at the top, there's the street view of the subject property. And bottom of page 15 is just the building summary. So going back to my page 3, there is my rent comparables. So all comparables are industrial warehouse properties. They're located within the subject's market region. All leases are current in relation to the reference date. Effective year built ranges from 1916 to 1972. Average wall heights range from 12 feet to 16 feet. Leasable areas range from approximately 2,100 square feet to 4,400 square feet. Net rents range from $6.86 per square foot to $13.50 per square foot. On the following page is our workup. So we're utilizing an overall net rental rate of $8.01 per square foot, a 4% market vacancy rate, 3% for non-recoverable expenses, $4.25 per square foot for vacancy shortfall. This yields an NOI of $106,374. We're capitalizing that by 7.1%, and this results in a rounded assessed value of $1,498,000. And again, I'll just point to the appendix with the external industry reports indicating that the Winnipeg industrial market remained fundamentally sound at the reference date. It was supported by low vacancy, stable to modestly increasing rents, limited new supply, and continuing demand for functional industrial space. The reported cap rates also generally support ATD's range of industrial cap rate findings. Therefore, for the reasons stated above, it is our opinion that the assessed value is fair and equitable, and I respectfully ask that the board confirm this value. And I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Verhoen, any questions for Mr. Das Mohammed?
Just out of curiosity, you're showing no parking spaces.
Actually, if you turn to our page.
I do see some parking spaces. I'm just wondering why it's not recorded in your.
Oh, where would we record? Where are you not seeing it? We don't normally record parking in our briefs.
Just your first page, sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry, for industrial, we don't usually put parking spaces in there.
Okay,
You might see it in other properties like retail or, but for industrial, we don't.
okay, thank you for that. No further questions, Madam
Okay.
Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Weiss.
No questions at this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I have no questions. Any need for summary here?
No, I'm good,
No,
thank you.
thank you. Okay, we'll try this one more time. We've now heard all the items on our agenda this morning, and I declare the meeting adjourned. And I thank you, Mr. Das Mohammed, for joining us this morning.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, have a good day, everybody.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.